They call it fascism when you're getting rid of crime. They call it fascism when you're cleaning up a city. They call it fascism when you're improving the lives. Hundreds of thousands of people who live in Washington, D.C., most of whom are minorities, and almost all of whom are Democrats. That's fascism? That's a funny name for it. Robert Reich. Oof. There's only one person that can make him interesting, and it's not Robert Reich, it's me. I can make him interesting as a foil. And his sidekick over here. Let's take a look, shall we? Go.
We are actually, I believe, inside.
Hey, first of all, I have a zillion books. Don't I have a zillion books? They're not so neat like this. I mean, if you actually read them and use them, they're not there like you've never touched them before. So that's all fake, phony, and that's all a fraud. Anyway, Medusa and the little fella. Go ahead.
A fascist state right now.
Oh, hold on now. We're living in a fascist state right now. A fascist state right now. Ooh. Now, if we were living in a fascist state right now, the little fella would be in prison. And so would Medusa. That would be a fascist state. We're living in a fascist state right now. No, we're not. Go ahead.
The takeover and occupation of Washington, D.C., without any pretext at all.
Oh, fake
I could have
pretext.
sworn you said pre-sex. Oops, wait a minute. Taking over Washington, D.C. without any pretext whatsoever. I don't know. Massive crime wave, massive killings. As of this day, when I'm speaking to you, 13 days in, nobody's been killed. And they're going nuts over this. The Democrats are furious that nobody's been killed in Washington, D.C. in the last 12 or 13 days. Now, I understand this is complicated for them. Washington, D.C. is called the District of Columbia. Is it a state? No. What is it? It's a federal city. That's in the Constitution. So since the 1970s, they've been chipping away at that with what they call home rule. It's a one-party city. It's all Democrats, like 93% Democrat, and they only elect Democrats. And so Donald Trump sees all this crime, all this horror going on, and he says, I'm going to fix this. So when he fixes Washington, D.C., when he reduces the crime rate, the death rate, all the violence, and all the rest of it, and he wants to clean up the city, who is that benefiting? The people who live there, mostly, right? And most of them are not Republicans, and most of them are not white. How is that fascism? Now, it's the nation's capital. They understood that when they created the nation's capital. They took land out of Maryland, they took land out of Virginia. They gave the land back to Virginia. They kept the land in Maryland. If they want another state, they don't get another state. But if they want to vote for senators or a congressman, then we ought to send the capital back to Maryland. But nobody wants to do that. Nobody's done that, and that's a good thing. Why? It's the federal city. And so the president has decided he's going to fix it. What drives them nuts is he reaches down into the culture, into society, which is what they control, whether it's the media, entertainment, academia, you name it. And he's reaching down, is Trump, into it, into the muck and the mire, and he's dealing with it. He's confronting it, and he's saying, you don't get to control this. So it's not surface level stuff. You know what it reminds me of? This. On power. On power. That's right. Trump gets it 100%. So they call it fascism. They call it fascism when you're getting rid of crime. They call it fascism when you're cleaning up a city. They call it fascism when you're improving the lives of hundreds of thousands of people who live in Washington, D.C., most of whom are minorities, and almost all of whom are Democrats. That's fascism? That's a funny name for it. Of course it's not fascism. Go.
I mean, a fake pretext is just, to me, the essence of fascism.
I know, it's a phantom pretext.
This is a trial run.
So why fascism is the essence of fascism. Wow. He must have been a professor. Yes, he was. All 4 feet, 3 inches of him. By the way, as an aside, every now and then I'll do something that drives my wife nuts. We'll be walking like at the airport or somewhere, some really tall guy. I'll say, I'm guessing 6'7". Ah, you're close. I'm 6'8", something like that. But if they're short, I never say that. Because people get offended. When they're tall, they're proud of it. When they're short, they're not. Why is that? I'm being sick. Why is that? Why are you offended if you're short? Who cares? So I don't guess the height of a short person because, I don't want them punching me in the leg. Go ahead.
I mean, he wants all of these different groups, Homeland Security and parts of ICE and parts of the police, the federal troops. He wants them all to be working together under a centralized command because he wants
that reports straight to him.
That reports to him or to the people around him. And Heather, I hope I'm not being paranoid when I say this, and I apologize if I am, because I am not a conspiracy theorist.
No.
Okay, who's Heather? Does anybody know who Heather is? Anybody? Have you ever heard of Mister? Have you ever seen Heather? No, don't even look it up. Nobody knows who Heather is. Heather, now you know me. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. No, but you're a kook. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Heather, now you know me. You know me well. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I can vouch for you. You're not. No, he is a whack job, though. And he may well be a conspiracy theorist. They keep talking about fascism and dictator. Where is fascism? I want to know.
For all this and much more, sign up for Levin TV.